Okay, we made this table integrous, so there's no blank columns. If we go down, hit Control N, we're at the end of the sheet. So we're ready to turn this into a pivot table. First thing I want to do is insert a column. I'm going to create something that has year, month, so that we can categorize by month rather than just by date for a pivot table. Then I'm going to insert, and I already have a macro made up that does this. It creates the YYYMM. You can see it right here. It's a concatenate function which I've combined. I made a text. I use the year of the date to get the year, and then I turn it into text to put a dash in, get the month of the date, make it into a text, and put a 0 star so that in months 1 through 9 we'll have a 0 in front of it. So we'll just copy this down, Control C, Control down arrow. We're at the bottom, Control Shift up arrow, Control V. So we now have, you can see that it's making 2009, 02, 03, etc. Okay, let's make a pivot table. So we can go to the Insert tab, Pivot Table. In my case, I also have it up here as a quick access. So we'll go that. Okay, let's put the amount in the values column, and actually it's going to net out to 0 because we have self-balancing pretty much. We're going to, well, it looks like it'll be a 9. We can see a preliminary going together here. Boom, going across, and let's use the name. There's some blanks, but we've got names and then the amounts. Control Shift End, and we'll just go ahead and oops. Okay. There's our pivot table made with the names on the left-hand side. Now another thing we can do is take the amount out, and let's just put anything in. We'll put number in. Now you can see it's counting. If we take out the month and row, we now have a stack with the vendor names and the count. Okay, what I'm going to do is highlight this. Control Shift A or Control Star above the 9. And we're going to copy and paste special values. Then we're going to delete. I'm going to Shift Control down arrow to the bottom. And we don't need these. Now I'm going to look up. I'm going to create a lookup table using this pivot table. Really nifty little feature. I'll show you how it works. We're going to categorize each of these. I'll do a bunch before I put you back on again. So what I've done is put a category by each of these vendors. Let's make sure now we go up to the top, hold the Control key down arrow. If there's no blanks, then that means that we have a completely integrous sheet. Now what I'm going to do is name this sheet. We'll call it Filing. Then we'll go over to the pivot demo, and we'll insert a column here, and we'll call it Filing Category. And we'll do a lookup, equal V lookup on this, and I believe we called, we'll do a lookup table, equal V lookup on that. Filing is the name of that file, and it's the second column we want to put in here, and we want it to look for the name no matter where it might be in the list. Okay, now we can see that some of the items have NA, so we're going to have to correct that, but let's highlight the whole thing, and we'll do copy, paste, value. We now have turned these into values, and then we can sort upside down Z to A. See it right up here. I'm going to get rid of that. We'll call it other. And so now we've added this. Now we can do another pivot table. And it's highlighted the whole table. And we'll use filing category for the row, month for the label, amount for the sum of amount. And you can see we have completely redone it based on categories. So isn't that cool? I love it. It's wonderful. So this is a complete pivot table redone, but using a previous pivot table as a lookup table. So thanks very much for watching this.